After the court ruling, Marcus didn't fight. Not because he didn't care, but because something inside him broke. He stopped showing up with little gifts. Stopped waiting outside Jenna's apartment, hoping for a glance. He stopped everything, except loving Lila. That part never left him. Jenna noticed it. She'd see the empty look in Marcus's eyes when he passed by during pickup, or the way he avoided even looking at her. At first it didn't bother her. She thought it was best. Clean break. Simple. But late at night, when Lila cried asking why she hadn't seen her daddy in weeks, something shifted. One evening, Jenna found herself sitting on the edge of the bathtub while Lila played with toy ducks, asking, "Mommy, did Daddy stop loving me?" Jenna didn't answer, because she couldn't. The guilt didn't come like a storm, it came quietly. In photo frames tucked in drawers. In Lila's drawings that no longer included a daddy. In the way she looked at every man on the street like she was searching. And then came the news. Marcus had been out of town, a work trip, flying back from Detroit on a regional flight. Jenna wasn't even watching the news that night. It was her neighbor who called, panicked. Didn't Marcus take that same flight? The screen showed smoking debris. Tail section ripped clean. Bodies covered. The death toll rising. Jenna's hand flew to her mouth. The anchor's voice cut through the panic. At this time, several survivors have been taken to area hospitals. The flight manifest is being released, and names will follow. And then there it was. Marcus Jameson. She dropped the phone. The next day, she was at the hospital. Eyes wide, fingers trembling. She asked nurse after nurse, scanning room numbers like she was reading her own future. But he wasn't on any list of survivors. Not in that hospital. Not in the next one either. And not in the third. She sat on the floor outside the ICU ward and cried until a janitor offered her a bottle of water and said, "I'm sorry, ma'am." Lila didn't understand. Is Daddy okay? Jenna told her he had gone to help people in the sky, that he was brave, that he might not come back. And then one day, Jenna couldn't take it. She drove to Marcus's apartment. She used the spare key. She never returned. And what she saw stopped her heart. Drawings. So many drawings. Pinned to the wall, stuffed in boxes. Framed by the bed. All of Lila. All of love. There were cupcakes in the freezer. Dolls on the shelf. A birthday card waiting to be mailed. She walked into his bedroom and found a single sticky note on the mirror. "If something happens to me, tell her I never stopped." Jenna fell to the floor sobbing. 2 days passed. She barely ate. Didn't answer calls. Lila asked, "Mommy, are you sick?" But then just before dusk, there was a knock at the door. She opened it and screamed. There he was. Alive, but broken. In a wheelchair. Scars on his face, eyes sunken but alert. She collapsed against the doorframe. "You? I thought. I saw the news." I survived," he said quietly. "They said I wouldn't walk again. That I shouldn't be alive, but I kept thinking about her. I couldn't leave without seeing her face one more time. Couldn't stop crying." She dropped to her knees beside him. "I was so wrong," she whispered. "So damn wrong." Marcus just looked at her. "I never hated you, Jenna. Even when you took her away, I loved her more than I hated what happened between us." That night, Jenna drove him home. She helped him inside. Helped him adjust to his new reality. They didn't say much. But before she left, she walked into the living room, looked at all the drawings again, and whispered to herself, "He never stopped." The next day, Lila came with her. She was nervous, holding a coloring book in her hands like a shield. When Marcus wheeled into the room, she dropped it and ran. "Daddy," scooped her into his lap with shaky arms. "Hey, Peanut." And in that moment, no one said anything, because the love spoke loud enough. But here's the truth: not all stories have happy endings. Some are just borrowed moments. Some reunions don't last. Some hearts never fully heal. Jenna tried to make things right, but sometimes damage done is damage done. Marcus's body never fully recovered. He passed away 6 months later from complications. Lila was 7. And when she drew a picture that year, it showed 2 stick figures again. One with big arms and a wheelchair. One with wild hair and a purple crown. Me and Daddy forever. If this broke you, you're not alone. Some love stories aren't about romance. They're about choosing to show up, even when you're told you don't belong. Like, subscribe, comment what time it is, where you're watching from, and tell us if this one made you feel something. We're telling stories that matter, and your support helps keep the truth alive.